missed it.
Welcome back for a final time on your Mattress Firm post-game shows. We sit courtside on Buffalo Wild Wings Radio Road. The Lobos 76-64 winners over Fresno State. And it is time for our Delta Dental Coaches Comments, brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico, as we bring in Lobo head coach Craig Neal. Congratulations, Coach Neal.
Appreciate it.
Another terrific win in a conference opener at home, and you guys, it seemed like you came out ready to play.
Well, it's just like, I told them all along, if they just listen to me, I'll get them any shot they can, and they shot 59% and made 80% from three. That's a joke. I mean, that's a joke. I was trying to be a little bit funny since it's New Year's Eve, but it didn't come out really well. But little raspy voice, yelling a little bit.
Yeah,
but
you were a little more animated tonight.
Yeah, a little
maybe.
But I thought our guys played good. We had 8 minutes in the first half of pretty good. I told the guys they had 8 minutes of brilliance in the first half, 4 or 5 minutes of lull. Same in the second half, 8 minutes of brilliance, made them call 2 timeouts. If they could do that and really get mature and really concentrate and play that good of basketball, they'll be a hard team to beat. And, the biggest thing is I thought we had major contributions by guys that are new to the program. Even though Greenwood was excellent and showed some great leadership, I thought we got some play from guys that are new to our program that really kind of put a stamp on what we're trying to do.
Yep, a lot of good things. Happy New Year, Coach.
Hey, Happy New Year to y'all. It's always good to see y'all. Wasn't so good to see you on the 23rd, but that's past.
And you guys were able to put that behind you. You said they needed to do it.
Yeah, they did a nice job. It's just like I said on the radio today, I think Michael was there. I just said, if you'd have told me at the start of the year, right before our first exhibition game, that I was going to have the injuries that we've had and the games missed that we've had, I told them that I thought we'd be 500. And, come out 8-4 and battle through some things, and told you guys there was going to be no excuses. But I thought our guys grew up today. We had some team violation issues that I had to take care of, and guys are going to find out that no one's bigger than the program. And that's why we've been successful. And I think that message was sent. So we'll go back to normal business starting tomorrow. But, I thought they came out with pretty good energy.
Yeah, I thought they did. Coach Deshaun Delaney didn't start, but the play of the bench that Tim coming in started, thought gave you solid performance in the first half before Deshaun came in. And then, of course, the other players off the bench, Goodman, we didn't see him tonight. Was that, again, just discipline?
That's coach's decision.
Discipline?
Both of those guys.
Okay.
So we had team violations, rule violations, and those guys paid the consequences. And, it's like I said, the guys that are, Hunter, you know this, and you've been around us long enough, and Robert's starting to get to know us. The program, if you do what the program asks of you, and you be responsible, and you do what we put you out to do, you're going to be really successful. You're going to get your degree. You're going to be a positive influence in the community. They're going to go to class, and they're going to do some things. But if you don't, you think you're just going to come in here and use the program, it's not going to work. And the guys that did that, they're no longer here, and they didn't benefit from it. The guys that have done everything we've asked them to do have been really successful. We got guys that graduated, which is the most important thing that we do as coaches and mentors and all of us that are involved with college student athletes. And, I'm just happy to say that those guys learned a valuable lesson. But, this semester we had a 3.1 GPA, which was the highest it's ever been, which I know it's important to Hunter being a former player here, and he knows how important that is to me in our program.
This is something you mentioned, since you mentioned talking with Michael. We just call him Talent now. He's not our engineer anymore because he hosts a show.
He is a talent. He's got more jobs than anybody.
But
thank goodness we have him.
Yeah, for darn sure. He just carries our broadcast.
Well, there's a lot of people that carry you, Robert.
Well, true enough.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I love it.
I'm just kidding.
I know it. But you talked to him this morning about your son Cullen and going to see the doc and compliance. Any update for the
No,
here?
Today's meeting was an informative meeting. So he has to know what his options are, what he has to do, what are all the paperwork that we'll have to do. But that was an informative meeting with the doctors and the compliance people, Don Martinez, who does an unbelievable job for my program, just so Cullen and his mother can make a logical decision for what's best for Cullen. And that'll be coming probably be coming sooner than later.
Very good. All right, so there's your Cullen Neal update.
Arthur didn't play. Arthur didn't play because he could have, but I wanted to give him another 3 or 4 days, and then he'll be ready to play on Saturday. It'll be big for us for him to be in the lineup for Colorado State. And then Sam, I thought Sam did a heck of a job for a guy who hadn't played in a month.
Yeah. Early shooting, 2 hours before game time, the empty gym and everything. Arthur looked like the ball was coming out of his hand.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. We're just trying to make sure his flexibility and trying to get as much pain or out of that finger, and they've done a good job. I got the best trainer in the country. He's done a good job with all my injuries, and it's just one of those things where we'll be glad to get those two guys back.
Follow up on Sam. You mentioned how well he played tonight, and we both said the same thing.
I thought he was very aggressive. Yeah. I thought one thing that Sam understands about the game is we were in bonus with 16 minutes to go in the second half. I think Sam understands that if he drives the ball, he's going to get fouled and he'll get to the line, and guys got to understand that. And I thought we did a better job of that. And that's why I told Hugh, I think you guys saw me, I told Hugh, I go, Hugh, we're in the bonus. And he looked up and he goes, oh. And so like he's telling everybody we're in the bonus, and then we were able to make them foul us and get to the line. Now, we didn't shoot it like we should. We missed some front ends again, and then we were 22 for 33. But we played pretty balanced tonight. We didn't jump up crazy 3-point shots, and the reason why we shot 8 for 10 from 3 points tonight because they were horse shots. Yeah. We ran down the floor with good pace. We moved the ball around. We didn't try to score on one side, got it to the other side, and X hit 2 big threes just because he can make those when he's open. It's the ones that you don't shoot, or the ones you shoot when you're contested, or you're in disarray or something's going on, that's the ones that are hard to make.
Yeah, we talked about that, Coach, during the game. I mean, how beautiful it is to watch basketball when the ball is moving from side to side, and guys are catching it on balance and knocking down those open jumpers.
There's a reason, Hunter, why San Antonio Spurs won the championship. They don't waste a lot of dribble. They let one guy dribble, and it's Tony Parker. But they moved the ball, and I thought our guys were terrific tonight. I really did. I thought they moved the ball, they hit the open guy, they made the extra pass, and we were able to get really good shots. And like Hugh tonight, Hugh shoots 3 for 5 from 3 because he shot excellent shots on balance, and he'll make those. It's the ones where he tries and thinks he's got to do too much. And, I understand what he wants to do, but if those guys in that locker room understand what they accomplished tonight and see how good they could be, they're talented. Fresno's a talented group. They're hard to guard. I think our changing defenses affected them. I think we kept them off balance and made them think a lot. And I thought that was one thing that really helped us because our guys were focusing and tuned on what the game plan was.
2 things I wanted to ask about. In terms of the 3-point shooting, Hunter and I talked about this tonight, and you mentioned it in the pregame about how the two teams, were near the bottom in terms of 3-point percentage. But I said to Hunter that, and I think you've said this before too, that I believe this can be a good 3-point shooting team. It's about the types of 3-point shots that
I think they got a little bit pissed off because yesterday I said, guys, I got one player that has played 2 games, and he's got more 3-pointers than everybody on the roster but Hugh. Cullen's played 2 games, and he had 8 3-pointers, and that's more than anybody that's had on the team. And that says a lot. If you're any kind of basketball guy and you got a guy that's played 2 games and he has 8 3-pointers and he's the second leading makes on your team, then guys are taking bad shots. And tonight, they did what I asked them to do, and we got the shots we wanted, and they made them. Yeah, and you know what the best thing about the whole thing was? They looked like they could make them.
Yeah, they were comfortable.
They looked like they're shooting it with confidence, and they looked like they were going to go in. The ones that we shot before, you're like, there ain't no way that's going in. Yeah. So, it's just one of those things.
That's a beautiful thing to watch. The part that I wanted to ask you about is the ugly part was the turnovers, and that's where Fresno State made their runs. They were denying, the ball reversal and stuff like that. And so, talk about the turnovers.
Well, I think we got careless late in the game. I think we just threw the ball. I mean, X comes in, put him in, takes 2 dribbles and tries to throw it down floor to Devin. I mean, all you got to do is hold the ball. I can go through all kinds of the turn. If we would have just been solid late in the game, we would have held it right where we wanted at 9, under 12. I mean, we're 13, but you can't get late in the game and let just because they're going to foul you. Tonight's game was exactly what happened there last year. There was 40 fouls last year. The last 4 minutes took an hour and a half, and the same thing started again. This year we were just able to finish on the other end where they couldn't make a run and cut it under, double digits, and that was the difference.
Wanted to follow up on the other thing that you mentioned about the changing defenses and the effectiveness. 2-3, you went 1-3-1. There's a half-court trap in there, a little full court. The kitchen sink at them tonight.
Well, we haven't done that. We haven't done that since I've been here. We just have the ability physically to do a lot of different things with our length, and that makes a difference. Our closeouts we can do quicker. The only thing that was frustrating is we gave them 4 or 6. I think I said earlier to start off with them 3-point line, just because. You can tell guys, hey, they're not a very good shooting team, so guys think they can just give them horse shots instead of closing out like they normally do. And then once we got kind of back into it, then they didn't hit a basket forever. I mean, they were stuck on 18. They had 16 the first time out, the first media time out, and then they were stuck on 18 for a while. But I think our guys are understanding that we can do a lot of different things with this team and change tempo with a lot of defenses that we can play.
I just look at this point line right here. You play these 9 guys, and everybody, the lowest number on there is 5 to balance, top to bottom.
Well, I told our staff, I thought our staff did an excellent job, but I think the funniest thing is not only the balance there, but I don't think we've ever played 9 guys like that and had that many minutes played. And I think that was the biggest thing. We never had one guy under 10 minutes of 9 players, and I don't think that's been done since we've been here. I mean, I don't know that. I mean, that's somebody. I'm sure somebody will call in and have some imaginary stat that they made up, and then it's that way that they told me like in 2007 that we played 7 guys that many minutes. But it's just one of those things.
Colorado State's in a battle with Boise tonight in their opener, and then Colorado State comes here for your next one.
Right, it's going to be a big game. Got a lot of respect for Larry. They play hard. They're a unique team because they start 5 transfers, 2 graduate transfers, and guys from all over. Who knows? It's just a little bit different on how we do things and what they do, and that's the way they've went, and that's they've been pretty successful. I think after last year's season with them, they wanted to get better quick, and they did that. And it'll be interesting how that Boise game goes today without Drimmick, but I think our guys will be ready. And it's just like everybody said tonight. They said, well, how do you feel about having 2 home games? You're the only team in the country, or the only team in the league that has 2 home games. I go, they know. I mean, they see Pitt West every March. I mean, there's a reason why we've won 3 Mountain West tournament titles. It's not we've had great teams and good kids and good players, but those fans make a difference, and they made a difference tonight. And when you have 14,000 people show up on New Year's Eve to come, kids feed off that, and we don't have our students in. I was really proud of the students that we had here, but our crowd was great again, and that's part of it. So we're just very fortunate. Hopefully we can start off 2-0.
All right, what does the rest of the week look like for them as they get ready for Saturday?
Well, the rest of the week is tomorrow. We'll meet them at 3 o'clock, and we'll show them some tape. We'll walk through some stuff, give them personnel, and then we'll get ready for practice on Friday. We'll do a little bit on Friday, and it'll be mainly just rest and try to get injury. It'll be more mental, and try to help them with that. We'll do some stuff that we have to do because they play a lot of motion, so there'll be some things that we'll have to do, and we'll really have to talk about matchups. But, it's that part of the season where there's not a lot of practice. There'll be some practice for the guys that don't play a lot, but there'll be a lot of 5-on-0 offense, trying to go over out-of-bounds plays and how we're going to do changing defenses and stuff like that.
Congratulations. Really terrific performance tonight.
I appreciate it. Yeah. It's always good to win.
Yeah. 1-0 in conference.
It's always good to win. Hell of a New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Head coach Craig Neal, our Delta Dental coach's comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico.